In this video, we'll create a function that allows the enemy character to be able to kill the player. So there's multiple ways for you to do this. The most standard way is you create a global health system. So whenever the player touch the collider here, and you're going to subtract the health value by, for example, 5 or by 10, and you get a 100% of the health value, and if it is get to 0, you're going to destroy the player. However, that's a little bit complex for you to learn for now, so I'm going to go through a easy option. Okay, so first I'm going to select the first person character, and I'm going to right click and create a 3D object, a cube. And for this cube, I'm going to name it player health. Okay, and I'll bring it in front of the gun and change the size. So I want to make it very thin. But place it in front of the player, maybe a little bit closer. So I don't want it to be in front of a gun, because this player health object, it will be a trigger, and once the enemy weapon enters this trigger, you're going to trigger the player to die. Okay, so we're going to select this player health object. Maybe I'll just place a trigger after it. Okay, so I'm going to go down below here. I'm going to check off mesh render and check on its trigger. Okay, and then I'm going to add a script here. So we're going to go to the script folder. Here we're going to bring in kill player script, and then we're going to select our player health trigger, and here down below we're going to add a component, and we'll add kill player. Okay, and in order to make this work, there's one thing we have to do. We have to go back to our enemy character and select the zombie weapon, and we have to create a tag for it. So right now it's untagged, okay, and we have to add a tag, and we'll add a enemy weapon. So E and W is caps lock. Okay, make sure your name is exactly the same as mine, because later on I'm going to reference this in the script. And also I'm going to name create a new tag and name enemy. Okay, and then I'm gonna select the monster, which is the root folder of the zombie, and I'm gonna tag it as enemy. So that is for the root folder. All right, and then for the zombie weapon, I'm gonna tag it as enemy weapon. Okay, and then I will go to the scenes. Okay, here. And I'm going to create a scene, and I'm going to name it You Lost. Okay, and double click to open. So this scene will pop up whenever our player be killed. So you're going to jump to this scene. Okay, so we're going to go to game object and UI, and we'll create a text. Okay, and here we're going to say you lost. Okay, and select the canvas, press F key to focus on it, and here's our text, so you can place it in the center. Okay, and for the font size, I'm going to do 20, and here for the text, I'm going to say you lost. Alright, and then I'm going to go first save this scene, and then I'm going to go back to the scene 2 and go back to my player, and also I will go to here, file, publish setting. Okay, so we added the 3 scenes. Okay, so now we're going to add where is it? Okay, here. So I'm going to drop in the you lost scene as the third one. The index is 3. Okay, so let's test the play. Now you'll see that as the enemy touches the player, it'll jump to the lost screen. Here we go. So that means our player has been killed. And here's the kill player script. So basically what it means is whenever a object entered this trigger, and this collided object is tagged as enemy weapon, you're going to access the scene management, and you're going to load a scene which index number is 3, which is the notched screen we just created, right? So the reason why I set a tag here is because I don't want any object that enters this trigger will be able to make our player to notch this game. Then that will be really weird. I only want a object that has this tag, which is enemy weapon. So that's why I mentioned that it's very important. You come to zombie weapon and set the tag as enemy weapon, and caps lock E and W. Okay, and in the beginning, as you can see, the zombie weapon is disabled, and once the zombie is awake, you're going to activate the zombie weapon, and the zombie will use it to kill the player. Alright, so now we're going to work on the menus. So we're going to drop in the main menu shooter script into here. So we're going to jump to the main menu scene, select the cameras, press F key so we can focus on it. So here this is the main menu, and we can select it, and we can change the text to shooter game. And you can also import image and make a fancy graphic if you want, right? So here I just use the text as a demonstration purpose. And here I'm going to right click on canvas and create a UI, and I'm going to create a button. And for this button, I'm going to say play game. Okay, and on the text I'll say play game, and I can select this, and I can make it bigger, so about 18. And for the you can change the font style and also change the font if you want. So play the game, and then here I'm going to make a duplication, and I'm going to say quit game, and I'll drop it down below here. And for the text, I'll also say quit. Maybe just one word is fine. Okay. And now let's link them together. Let's see. Move this a little bit to the center. And now we'll apply functions. So we're gonna select the canvas and go to the script, and we're going to apply the manual script onto it, so you can drop it directly on it. So here we go. And then you can select the button. So here's the play game button, and go down below here. And for the click function, you can add a function. Then we're going to drop the canvas onto here as the object. Then for the function here, we're going to go to the main menu shooter, which is the script we created, and we'll node play game. Okay, so that's for that button. And then go to the quit game button. And here we're going to also add a click function and drag the canvas to it. And for the function type, we're going to go to quit game. And then we can select these two buttons, Command C to copy, and we're going to jump to the notched screen, and then Command V to paste them here. And we'll drag and drop it into under the canvas. Okay, and now if I select the button, as you can see, we have notched the function because we haven't applied script onto canvas in this scene. So we have to go to the script, and we're going to drop the main menu script on it again. So here we go. Alright, so now for play game, instead of play game, we're going to change it to main menu. Okay, and for the text, we also will change it to main menu. Okay, and then select this button and go down below here. And for the script function, we're going to drag the canvas on it. And for the function, we're going to go to main menu shooter, and we're going to change to node main menu. Okay, and for quit the game, same thing. We're going to drop the canvas here and function. We're going to go to main menu shooter and quit game. Okay, and save this scene, and then go to the scenes folder. And here we're going to right click and create a new. Actually, we can just duplicate this one. Okay, so we can select Unost and hit Command D if we're on Mac computer, and then for this duplicated scene, we're going to say name it to uWin. Okay, and double click to open, and make sure now you are in the uWin scene, and then come back here, and for the text, definitely I'm going to change it to uWin. Oops. Alright, uWin, and I'm going to center it a little bit, and here the menu, keep it, and quit, definitely will keep it. However, here we need to apply the script again, since this is in the uWin scene. Oh, since we just duplicated it, so it is here, the script is here, so that's fine. So if we select the button, and if we go down below to the function here, this is a node menu function, good. And quit game, this is a quit game. Okay, so everything is fine, and we can just save, and then we have to go to here, scenes folder, and don't forget to add it to the publish setting. So the Nost screen is, the index number is 3, right? So for the win screen, we want it to be indexed as 4. Alright, so now I'll jump back to the main menu screen, and I'm gonna test to play the game. So if you click on quit, you're gonna quit the game, but it only works once you publish your game to a game app. Okay, that's what is screen referenced. And click on play game. You're going to note the first scene, and then as you can see, we are not be able to exit, so we'll have to go to this door, pick up the gun, and then enter the gate, and we'll get to this scene. And I can kill her, but I want her to kill the player. So as she killed the player, and we'll jump back to this main menu screen. However, here we have a small bug. As you can see, when you jump to the Nost screen, we are not able to select any of these buttons. Okay, so let me show you how we can fix it. So here first, let's press the escape tool, which is the ESC key located on the left corner of your keyboard, and then we can exit the game. Okay, so first, let me jump to the second scene, which has the first-person controller. Okay, so the first-person controller is from the standard assets that's developed by Unity. Okay, on the character here we have a script. Okay, first-person controller script, and it has a mouse look. And under here we have an option, and by default, it checked on the knock cursor. As the player is killed by the enemy character, definitely it'll keep the cursor as knocked in the next scene. So that's why we couldn't select the menu. Okay, so a simple fix, you can uncheck this. Okay, knock cursor, you can uncheck it, it will fix the issue. However, it can be annoying because the cursor will keep showing on screen as you shoot, right? So let me show you another way to fix it. So here I'm going to select the first person controller and check the knock cursor back on, so that is the default setting. And then I'll save the scene, and then I'll go back to the menu scene, okay, which I have the canvas and the buttons. So in this scene, I'm going to create a empty object, and I'm going to rename it to unlock cursor. Okay, and on this object, I'll drop a script here. So I'm going to go to the scripts folder, and I will bring in the unlock cursor script in here. Okay, and then select this object and add component, and we're going to get the unlock script, unlock cursor script on it. So let me show you the script. So basically the function is when you enter this scene, you're going to turn the cursor's visibility on. So you're going to show the cursor, and also on the screen, you're going to unlock the cursor. So basically, you set the lock cursor as false, so you're going to unlock it. Okay, and we're going to copy, save this scene first, and then we're going to copy this object with the script to any other scenes that has the menu and the button, and you want to select the different scenes. So for example, when you lost the game, here we'll need this unlock cursor here. Okay, so let's test the play. As the player is killed, now you can see that the cursor is unlocked, and we're able to select the game and enter the game again. Okay, so that's how you fix that issue. So now we're going to copy this object with the script, and we'll go to the win screen, and we're going to post it here. So whenever we are in this screen, we can also go back to the main menu and replay the game. So we're going to jump to the second scene. So at the second scene, I already duplicated the zombie character. So you can do this by just select your zombie character, hit Command D to make a duplication, and move it to a different spot. Okay, since we have set all of this script, the object onto the character, when you duplicate it, you're going to keep all of these child object. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a watchtower, and you have to go through the forest and go onto the watchtower, and you will win the game. However, you will encounter a lot of zombies. So here, for testing purpose, I can just create a cube in the scene. Actually, I can reuse the old one I have in the scene, which I tagged as a red color, and I don't need the main camera. So I can rename this cube as finish point test. Okay, and I'm going to check on its trigger, and I will move it to here in the forest. Okay, so once our player enter this trigger, you're going to win the game. Okay, so here I'm going to go to the script, and I will drop in this script here. Alright, and on this object, I'm going to add a component, and I'll load this script. Okay, and for the source, we're going to drop the first-person controller on it. So basically, this script is when the source object enter this trigger, you're going to load the scene which is tagged as 4. The index number is 4. So if you remember in the previous section of the video, we have set this scene, the index number is 4. Okay, so now we can just play directly in this scene. So as I walk, if I can avoid all of the zombie characters, you can kill any of Okay, so as I enter the trigger, you will jump to this menu, and we can go back to the main menu and play the game again. In the next video, we're going to add background music and voice instructions.
Aim to the zombie and shoot. Don't let them get too close to you. Otherwise, you will be killed.